What to do when you are drowning in debt. You open your bank app and immediately feel sick. The numbers don't add up. They haven't added up in a long time. You are paying minimums on things you can barely remember buying. The interest is growing faster than you can pay it down. And every time you try to figure out a way out, the anxiety is so overwhelming that you close the app, close the tab, and try not to think about it until the next bill arrives. If that is your life right now, this video is going to change how you see your situation. Because there is a way out. It is not fast, it is not painless, but it is real. And by the end of this, you will know exactly where to start. The first thing we need to dismantle is the shame. Because shame is the reason most people stay in debt longer than they have to. Shame keeps you from looking at the real numbers. Shame keeps you from asking for help. Shame keeps you paralyzed in avoidance while the interest compounds quietly in the background. Debt is not a moral failure. It is a math problem. And math problems have solutions. The moment you stop treating your debt as evidence of your worth and start treating it as a set of numbers that need to be addressed, you become capable of actually addressing it. That shift is not small. For many people, it is the entire difference between drowning and swimming. Now, here is where most people go wrong when they finally decide to face it. They try to fix everything at once. They make a massive budget overhaul, cut every expense, throw every spare dollar at every debt simultaneously, burn out in 3 weeks, and go back to avoidance. The overwhelm itself becomes the obstacle. The way out is not everything at once. It is one clear, committed strategy executed consistently over time. And there are two that actually work. The first is the avalanche method. You list every debt by interest rate, highest to lowest. You pay the minimum on everything and throw every extra dollar at the highest interest debt first. When that one is gone, you roll that payment into the next one. This is mathematically the fastest and cheapest way out. It saves you the most money over time. The second is the snowball method. You list every debt by balance, smallest to largest. You attack the smallest one first regardless of interest rate. When it is gone, you roll that payment into the next. This method costs slightly more in interest, but it generates psychological momentum. The wins come faster and they keep you moving. For people whose biggest obstacle is motivation, this method works better in practice even if it costs more on paper. Pick one, not both. Commit to it completely. The best strategy is the one you will actually stick to, and sticking to it is the only thing that matters. While you are executing your strategy, there are 3 things that will accelerate your progress more than almost anything else. The first is to stop adding to the debt immediately. This sounds obvious. It is harder than it sounds. Cut the cards if you have to. Delete the saved payment information. Remove the friction between yourself and spending until the habit is broken. You cannot bail out a sinking boat while the hole is still open. The second is to find one way to increase your income, even temporarily. Sell something. Pick up extra hours. Freelance one skill you already have. Even an extra $200 to $300 a month directed at debt changes the timeline dramatically. You do not need a second career, you need a temporary bridge. The third is to call your creditors. Most people never do this, and it is one of the most powerful moves available to someone in debt. Creditors would rather negotiate than write off a debt. Interest rate reductions, hardship programs, and payment plans are available to people who simply ask. The worst they can say is no. The best case is that your monthly burden drops significantly with one phone call. You are not too far gone. No matter what the numbers look like right now, people have come back from worse. With a clear strategy, consistent execution, and the willingness to face the numbers honestly, debt has an end. It always has an end. You just have to be the person who starts walking toward it today.